going to do a little video about growing microgreens. But before we get started with that, I want to show you some of the materials I'm using for bedding. Now I'm hoping the lighting in here is good enough that you can see me properly, but I'm going to grow these in these kind of little plastic containers. They're about the size of a shoebox. And then I'm going to use this as a material to put inside of these. Now what is this stuff? Now this is one I've already cut out, and let me show you. Let me show you what this stuff is. Now here's a piece that's well, it's not uncut. I've cut pieces out of this, but this is a type of evaporative cooler batting. This is what you put in the sides of an evaporative cooler. If you have one of those, some places, maybe in the deep south, you've never seen one of those. But where the climate is a little drier, you can use these for an air conditioner because they work quite well to cool off things, to cool the air and so forth. And the idea is, of course, water trickles along the top and you blow air through this, and the evaporation of the air keeps things cool inside the house or wherever you're doing this. Now, this type of batting, there's several kinds that you can buy, but this is made out of some kind of paper. And it doesn't dissolve in water, which is kind of interesting. But as you can see here, it has this little pattern that forms some pockets in here. So if you're going to grow peas, this is pretty good because these little pockets are just the right size to catch the peas and hold them up. So without further ado, let's get on with this little video, and I'll show you my experience growing peas as microgreens. Okay, here's a new one we're going to start today. These are the same dun beans that we've been using before. And I just put this in water, and I put no fertilizer in this. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, today, even though this is very low yet, I'm going to move it over here into the light. And the idea being that maybe the light will have it grow, green up quicker so that it won't get so spindly. So let's see how that goes, if that makes a difference or if that's any better. So we'll do that and we'll see how that works. Okay, we're going to harvest these this morning, and as you can see, the leaves are not developed yet, so these are a little younger. I put them under the lights earlier, and we'll clip these down and see how they are. I'm hoping the taste is a little sweeter than the other ones. So here we go. Okay, so there's the yield, and the official taste tester says that they're not quite as good as the other way I did it, where you let them grow a little taller and get a little greener. So we'll stop doing it this way. I just took this one out from under the lights, and as you can see, it's really doing well. Now, I believe this is the second cutting of this one. And if I can conclude anything, it looks like the second cutting is better than the first. Quite interesting. Anyway, let's go up and harvest this one. Okay, this was done on that paper matting material, and as you can see, one advantage this has is you can lift this whole thing up, and it pretty much stays together. So maybe I ought to do that from now on. So let's go ahead and harvest this and see what we get. Okay, here's the harvest off the second cutting. Now it's got water in it, so it's a little more than it's not quite as much as it looks, but it's a lot more than we had that first cutting, and it's a lot greener. And I tasted it, and I thought it tastes fairly good. So We'll have the official taste tester come out and give us a verdict here in a minute. Okay, there it is with a haircut. Now I'm putting it back under the lights just to see if we get a third cutting. I doubt we will, but let's see what happens. Now, here are these peas, and it looks to me like we're about ready to try to harvest this again. And this will be the third or maybe the fourth harvest off of this, which I didn't know you could do it that often. But anyway, it's working. Okay, this is the fourth cutting of this, I think. Maybe it's the fifth. I can't remember. I'll put it in the notes. But it's time to harvest this again, and what I'm going to do is, again, cut it down just below the top of the container here and see how much we get. Okay, there's the yield, and looks good. I'm going to taste one of these. Let's see. Tastes okay. Tastes good to me. I'll have to let my official taste tester let me know. But here we've cut it back, and if you look at the bottom here, there's not a hint of mold or anything. And again, this is with the paper. And look at the sides here. I don't think there's any more seeds that have to germinate. But it looks like, see, like here's one here that is still short, and well, maybe that one's been cut. I don't know. But I'll put this again, and we'll let it grow and see what happens. Maybe they just keep regenerating, but we'll see. Well, we did get another harvest off of this, but I've lost the video. I don't know what happened to it. But my official taste tester said that all of these later harvests did taste really good. Now, I think the reason why we got multiple harvests was because of the time delay difference of when each seed germinated. So they don't all germinate at once, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Maybe a part of it, though, was due to some of these side shoots that started coming off after I'd cut them. But anyway, this many harvests off of one planting of pea greens, I didn't think you could do that. But apparently you can, and it works quite well.